Delusion, remember, healthy amount of delusion. No one else can do it like me. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Today we are going to talk about the fact that 2024 is right around the corner and it is time for us to implement easy, emphasis on easy, simple, healthy habits to upgrade our lives for next year. And guess what? You can start these habits right now. Today. Before we get into these habits, I just want to note, like, you've probably heard about these habits, but as y'all know, I just love a good list. I like to make sure everything is compiled in one place, because if things are just like disparate and in different places, I'm gonna forget. I'm not gonna know like what I'm supposed to be implementing or what I'm supposed to be doing to make sure my life is where it needs to be. So these are just habits that I've come across that I think are actually pretty helpful and useful, things that I am doing now and that I want to continue into next year, and things that I do want to start. Let's just get right into it. If you're interested in more like self-development, girl talk type of videos, continue watching and come join the community. We are almost at 700, which is exciting. So just join the club because we are growing. Number one is making goals. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care how many goals you have. I don't care how big they are, how small they are. I don't care. You need to commit to something. I think commitment is the biggest thing that can transform your life. When you commit to something, when you commit to ideas that are really important to you, ideas that you're super passionate about, if you commit to like going to the gym, you commit to reading a book, if you commit to whatever it is, you can easily transform your life by focusing on those goals that you've made for yourself. When you're focused on things that actually bring you joy, things that actually upgrade your life, you're already in the right direction. And like I said, the size, the scale does not matter. You can quickly see your life move in a direction that you want. When you are dictating where you want to go and you're using faith and you're using habits to help you push yourself forward, you are already taking a good step forward towards the life, towards the dreams that you're trying to achieve. And you don't even need like a full-blown plan, because let's face it, I am, victim to this. We are always planning. We're thinking about the future, which is great. Like you want to make sure that you are working towards your goals and like the future that you envision for yourself. At the end of the day, there are higher powers out there, okay? God, the universe, situations that can shift your life. There are so many things out of our control that can make your plan go awry. So you don't need to have a plan, okay? But you just need to have things that you are committed to on the daily, on the weekly, monthly, yearly. Like when you are seeing yourself working towards your goals, when you accomplish these goals, you feel great about yourself. You are able to really push those negative, those beating yourself down type of feelings away, because those feelings have no power compared to the feeling of success, the feeling of achievement. For me, I have told myself that I want to wake up earlier this month because I used to be an early bird, okay? And then I moved to DC and I don't know what happened to my early bird. She flew away, but she's coming back. And so I told myself I want to wake up before 6:30, on weekdays. I just really wanted to take back my days before I start my 9 to 5. And I have been waking up early on the weekdays and I just feel so accomplished for doing such a little thing as waking myself up and not hitting snooze, okay? And so since I already mentioned being an early bird, another habit that can really help you upgrade your life is waking up early, especially if you are working a 9 to 5 girlies, hello. It can really feel like the majority of your days are dedicated to work. And when you're someone who has bigger dreams, bigger passions outside of corporate nonprofit life, you can really feel stuck and stagnant because you're working from 9 to 5 and then you feel drained probably after the workday, because let's face it, especially if you're working an office job, you're sitting at a computer for 8 hours a day, you're on meetings, you're associating with people, you're talking, it's just a lot that can drain you. And so after 5, you might not want to do anything and you might not want to work on your dreams or build your habits and your hobbies. And I realized when I'm able to wake up early and I have 2 hours before I start my workday, I just am reclaiming my days back, because in the mornings I'm able to work out. I'm able to work on my YouTube stuff. I'm able to work on things that I'm really passionate about. So I'm able to start the day for me, start the day for my passions rather than starting the day for work. And so I do understand that some jobs do require you to have like really early shifts, like maybe 6 a.m. shifts when you're factoring commuting. If you work in the office or you're working in a hospital, for example, I get that. I do think if you're able to just at least wake up early and give like just at least 30 minutes to an hour to yourself, you will feel way more awake and alive, and you have way more energy throughout the day compared to when you're waking up, getting ready and going straight to work. I just have noticed a complete shift in like my mental capacity, my excitement for the day, my energy when I am able to start the mornings for myself rather than starting my mornings for someone else, okay? When you're working a job, you are doing work for someone else. And so when you're able to actually do work for yourself first, whatever it is, like self-care, actual like working on your side hustles, when you're able to do something you're passionate about before you start the workday, it really just changes the day 100%. Guys, we also need to move our bodies. As humans and as beings, we have evolved, right? And so we were hunter-gatherers, we were moving a lot. And now we are in like more stagnant situations, like we're sitting at our desk a lot, we're sitting down, we're laying down, we're not moving as much. A lot of times, like this lack of movement can lead to health complications down the line. So this month I have committed myself to working out like 2 times a week. I've honestly been working out way more than that because I try to do yoga like every day. It's so good for your brain and for your body and just connecting and staying present with yourself. But just for like literal physical and mental health, moving your body is critical. I don't care what it is. If you're doing yoga, if you're walking, if you're working out, we have to move our bodies. When we get older, our bodies won't be as strong. We might as well use all of our physical prowess that we have right now when we're younger and have our bodies get used to the fact that we're moving a lot so that when we do get older, we're able to continue to move and feel comfortable in our bodies and hopefully prevent and preempt some of these health complications that a lot of people are facing when you don't move your body enough. And when you're moving your body, you are just adding sustenance to yourself. It's just another way to give you energy. We're working our jobs, but we are also just doing things on the side because we're just passionate about our hobbies or we want to like start a business or whatever it is. We're super multifaceted beings. One tip though that I do have for movement is getting some pre-workout. I swear pre-workout has changed my life. When I use pre-workout, not only does it wake me up, it just brings an added motivation into my body. There will be times where like I finish a workout and I'm like, wait, I could do some more. Like, let me keep building towards like my fitness goals. I would definitely suggest trying out pre-workout or some kind of like caffeine boost or something that'll help you motivate yourself to get out of bed or get away from your desk to work out. This might be a little bit controversial, not sure, but you need to have a healthy, emphasis on healthy, okay guys, amount of delusion and self-trust. I think that is the perfect equation to transforming your life like 360. Well, not 360 because if it's 360, it goes back into this 180. Yeah, transforming your life 180 degrees. Like when I think about entrepreneurs, people who are like really at the top of their game, really achieving their dreams, they have some kind of crazy amount of delusion and trust in themselves. Because what do you mean you're going to go out on a limb and start your own business and it's going to be extremely successful? You have to be delusional to think that. When you think about all the time and effort that goes into creating a business, putting all of your passion, your energy into that, you gotta be delusional. I'm sorry, like you have to be delusional and you have to trust yourself. There will be really tough times when you are pursuing your dreams and people might not always agree with what you're doing or even understand what you're doing. It'll probably be lonely, and so you need to trust yourself, trust your gut that you are going on the right path, you're embarking on the destination that you feel like is best for yourself. Even if you're not someone who's trying to start like a business, if you just want to upgrade your life, like we're talking about today, you need to be a little bit delusional about the things that you want to upgrade. So if it's you're trying to upgrade your physique, if it's you're trying to upgrade your career, to be like, oh yeah, I can definitely get any job I want with the work ethic that I have. And when you go into these interviews, you have to you have to present yourself in that way. You are that girl, you are that person who can achieve anything because you have faith and you have the skills. You gotta trust yourself. That is honestly, I think, the biggest takeaway I think you should take from this video. Trusting yourself and believing that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You gotta take breaks from the phone, the computer. I am definitely implementing this into my life. My screen time has gone up, like it's through the roof, and I'm just like, it's a little bit embarrassing. I just feel like it was never that high. And I'm just like, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm just laughing at TikToks. We need to take breaks, digital breaks. It is not only good for focusing on what you're trying to upgrade in your life, but it's also important for your mental health because social media can be a cesspool sometimes. Oof. Sometimes these comments on Instagram reels that I see, I'm just like, are you guys okay? Like, why are you hating on this person? Regardless, we need to really utilize that focus time function on our phones, and like any function that can help you cut down on your time spent scrolling on your phone. It is a true distraction, an unhealthy one, and it's an addiction that we have to break. Finally, we gotta pamper ourselves, whatever it is that we're trying to upgrade in our lives. If we're trying to emulate that kind of person, we also need to take care of ourselves and pamper that kind of person. When you treat yourself, and when I say treat yourself, because I know I am guilty of this, not retail shopping all the time, but when you treat yourself, self-care, you're able to really honor your commitments. It makes you want to continue moving forward in your upgrade. So let's talk about like DIY beauty, because I think that's one key thing we should be adding to our lives to upgrade them. Things are expensive. Services are getting pricey, and there are a lot of services that we can just do ourselves. And I don't know about y'all, but I do a lot of DIY services on myself. DIY services, okay, it's like I'm my own little nail salon, whatever. It just feels incredible to be able to take care of myself the way that I want to. Like, I don't have to depend on someone else. I think that's the big thing, because I am a pretty independent person, and if I can do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself. And so that means like nails, doing your press on nails. I don't currently have any on because I need to get some more, but every time I'm just putting on my press on nails, and they last like for a week, first of all, but every time I'm putting them on and I see my nails, I'm like, oh my God, I'm really taking care of myself. Like, no one can do this like me. Obviously the nail techs can, but like in my head, delusion, remember, healthy amount of delusion. No one else can do it like me. Trying on press on nails, there are some good, some cute, some really cool press on nails that I've been seeing on Amazon and on just like Etsy shops and stuff. You go on TikTok, the press-on girlies, they got you. They are eating press-ons for sure. Lashes, doing your own lashes. Like I said, I'm doing all this later today, like my little self-care moment, pamper. I tried on press-on lashes as I showed in my November reset vlog. And girl, I do not ever need to go to a lash tech. It just really makes you look so glam, so quick, and so affordable. Also like exfoliating, shaving your face, so doing your own dermaplaning. There are so many ways to DIY pamper yourself. I would highly recommend trying it out, giving yourself a little spa day, because that'll just help you feel like you're coming into the person that you're trying to be. And with that, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy this compilation of some healthy, easy, quick habits we can start implementing today to ensure that we start next year off on the right foot. It's gonna be a good year next year. I feel like this year was a good year. It was definitely a learning year for me. Stay tuned for my next video.